Turn Up the Talk podcast, tackling mental health together.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Turn Up the Talk Quarantine Files. You're joined by Pat Clifton, Lochie Morris, and Luca Moretti. How are we today, boys?
Hey, very well, Paddy, yourself?
Yeah, I'm pretty good, man. I just got my PS4 headphones on, actually.
The Turtle Beaches, the Nicky.
Yeah, the Turtle Beaches. Yeah,
the retros.
Yeah. How are you, Drewy?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Yeah, not too much going on as usual, but yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I think it's sort of getting better day by day for me. Like just
Same here for sure.
Yeah, 100%. I reckon it gets easier.
I was just talking to my neighbour actually, and it sort of put some things in perspective. Like we're doing this right, and we're used to going in and out and stuff, but they do this every day without really quarantine. Like if for older people, sorry.
Is your neighbour a bit older?
Yeah. Well, like if they can't, like they're not as mobile, like they'll go to the shops and stuff, but like for some people, this is their life. So I think that's sort of given me a perspective on it, that it's actually not that bad that we have to go through it for a month or two.
I reckon we're coming out of it, but I reckon it'll just spike once we let everyone back out again, won't it?
You reckon? Nah, there was only what's today? The day we're recording this is the 23rd of April, and I think today there was only 7 cases, and yesterday there was only 4 or something.
That's what I mean. Once we let everyone out, won't it just spike back up, or no? How's it going to? I don't know.
I don't know. Everyone who's got coronavirus, stay inside.
Smarter people than us.
Yeah.
Looking after everyone. No, I don't know. I think what I've sort of read is that they're worried, like, because it's going to be flu season soon.
Yeah,
get your flu shots. I got my flu shot the other day.
Yeah, so like if people
I heard you cried a little bit.
Worried.
No, I didn't cry. I didn't cry.
I have.
I teared up a little bit. No tears up.
I fainted.
You fainted?
No, you didn't.
I've had 2 incidences. Two with doctors, one with a needle, and one with like the first one was.
You're the biggest loser, right?
you know when you get your skin checked for moles.
No?
What do you mean?
For moles?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
what?
It's a dermatologist, and I think that's the person that does skin. And they were looking like I took my shirt off and looking like checking my moles out, and bang, like lights out.
Well, they didn't even pull out a needle yet. And you just fainted.
They were just like the fact they were looking at like my moles. It just got me. Hey,
are you okay?
Guy or a girl?
It was an old guy, so yeah, there was nothing going on, but it was just.
Oh, maybe you're a bit starstruck.
Did you do anything before it?
Yeah.
He said it's twice, did it?
Well, I used to be scared of needles, like when I was a bit younger.
You sure you only took your shirt off?
You're sick.
It's pretty good. The beaches are back open.
Yeah,
it's mad. So what they did down at Club Valley?
Yeah, I did see it I saw it on someone's story. They've full
fenced it off.
Fenced it.
It's so weird though. Hey, like they've got that down at Clovelly, but then down at Cronulla, where I am, the whole beach is open.
Yeah, because no one cares if people in Cronulla get it.
Like, well, I think they cut off the bridge because we've got it good here and we don't want to let anyone else in. So it's sort of just a bit like natural selection. Let the eastern suburbs eat their own. But
yeah, it is weird. It is weird that they've done that. Well, Maroubra, I'm pretty sure you can just go. But you can't sit down or anything. You just have to swim and eat it.
I think
that's where I'm going squid fishing.
Yeah, squid fishing. A big adventure tonight.
Yeah, it's Chloe actually.
Can I just ask?
Squid fishing at Chloe.
Yeah, off the rocks. Put my life jacket on.
What in the
life jacket on? No, like off the rocks, like around the corner. Pat, you know, like where carpet is.
100% strike rate in the bay.
You're not a big fan of seafood.
That's where the bloke
get a groper.
Yeah. They're mad. They're mad at it. Okay. Cheer about
what were you saying,
Drew?
Yeah, he got chased, didn't he?
Yeah, he got flogged.
Yeah.
You're not a big fan of seafood, Pat. So
no, I don't like. Nah.
Your favourite seafood is
potato scallops.
So how's this gonna go? Like, are you gonna eat the squid if you catch it or not?
No, I don't eat seafood except potato scallops.
Yeah, it's just about
That's it.
catching it.
It's just the thrill of catching it and treating
Thrill.
someone who's lucky enough to have my squid. Went to Anaconda today, got some squid jigs.
Did actually?
Dad got me a head torch from work.
Hey, they're full expensive, eh?
The squid jigs, they're like $20 each.
Yeah, I know. Because I went in,
So
I
expensive.
bought some rods last summer. I bought all the squid jigs, mate. They're like $30.
They're so expensive. But you probably see me on the news 6 a.m. Young boy washed out to sea while rock fishing. Keep me in your prayers.
So, why do we decide to do this, boys? I mean, we all had our reasons, but why do you? I mean, for me, it was like I think now more than ever, there's a need for regular updates with mates, and that's one purpose why we're doing it. But I think also another purpose is like people are bored at home with not a lot to do. So we thought that if we could sort of spread a message while that's happening, then a lot of people would benefit from it.
Yeah, and
100%.
we did put it out there. We did put it out there and said like who would like to see it, because we didn't want to do it if no one was interested, and we got very, very good feedback. So it kind of left us with no choice, and we are doing it. It's not the best sound quality, unfortunately. We are doing it from our own home, but
I don't know, Paddy. The turtle beach should sound grouse.
maybe for me,
I think we all might have to
you-
invest in them.
yeah, you two with your little Povo AirPods, whatever they are, mate. I'm sitting with quality right here.
How's the 5% that said no to that thing we put up? That's pretty funny. I don't know if they're
Who was it? Should we name and
The
shame?
post.
long-time listeners and first-time responders, but yeah, that was
Yeah, no, there were a couple that were a joke. There were a couple we didn't know, but
95% is pretty good
backlash.
though. Like that's should be
Yeah.
I'll
focusing.
take 95% any day.
What have you been doing? Both of you. I've been squid fishing. What about you guys?
Nothing, man. Just same old, working.
I've been
You know what
Yeah, go on.
No. It's you, please, Mr. Don Moretti. You.
I have been trying to train. So I think we go back in 2 weeks, they told us. So I think they told us maybe around the 4th or the 8th of May. So I've been trying to get myself in best shape possible for that.
What with NRL's back on the 28th? Are you going to be back then as well?
What do you mean?
Like, is it just the NRL, or will it be like reserves as well? Like you reserve?
No. Oh, so there's a couple. I think they're looking at bringing a couple competitions back, but the Canterbury Cup's done, the 20s is done, Harold Matt's done, SJ Bull's done. I think the only one there's the Sydney comp. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
It's like Sydney Shield or something like that. And the Ron Massey, the Queensland Cup. I think I wouldn't have a clue, but that's what yeah.
How's it been training by yourself? I know you are sort of like us. You like to train in groups, and you're not the most like your concentration levels sometimes waver.
Aren't the best.
Yeah. How's that work?
Yeah, it's all right. Like I think I talked about it on the last one. It just gives me something to do. Like routine's just a big thing for me as well. So I think when I wake up early, like there's been a couple of sessions this week where I do some Zoom Pilates and yoga.
Oh wow! Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So that gets me up pretty early. I think sessions start at 7:30. So I've been doing that, and then so trying to wake up a bit earlier. And then once I do that, I feel like kind of wake up the right way. Like I actually want to do something. Instead, if I just watch movies till 12, wake up at
hard.
12, I go, fuck, like I'm not doing anything today. I just jump on the PS4.
What's your
Yeah,
favorite?
that's one thing I've been doing a bit.
Pilates position?
Favorite? Yeah. Well, you got a position that sort of
Keep it PG. I like the Cobra.
okay.
Got a sore back at the moment. So I'm a Cobra
Strikes at any time. Strikes at any time. No, I've been doing that as well. I've been kind of getting out. I did a day of labouring last week, which is good. Got me out of the house.
Oh, that's heavy.
And I've been doing a bit of work. That was all right. It was pretty good. But it is pretty heavy, but it was good to get out. And then I've been doing some work for my nens in my nens garden. So I've been getting out and then training every day, which has helped me heaps.
Yeah? What have you been doing?
Training wise, bit of boxing, have you done Spartacus before?
What?
Spartacus, it's like a circuit where it's kind of like F45. You do 45 on, 15 off. and you
No,
can just do it at home. So that's pretty good. I got a roller in that in the garage, so I can do a few exercises there, which is good.
How's your setup
But it
looking?
just clears your head. My setup's looking good. I got a roller, I got a bike, a few dumbbells, bench. It's not
Oh,
bad.
so you're pretty set.
Yeah, my dad has it all anyway. All the training gear, all the gear, no idea that bloke.
Yeah. What about you, Drew? You look like you're in shape.
I've been
Looking good,
running
man.
most every day. I got a bench in the garage outside as well. But no, over Easter actually, I don't know if you guys follow Michael Bisping, the UFC guy.
Yeah.
He put up like we might put it on our Instagram if anyone cares. But he put up like you got the letters of the alphabet and you've got all exercises. And you can spell your name out.
Yeah.
Do like a workout. So that's actually been keeping me fit. I've been doing that every day, like different people's names. I did Patrick this morning. It was
What was it?
I'll get it up. It was, I think, some wall sits, crunches, push-ups. It was pretty good. And it's like only takes 5 to 10 minutes. So if you're not not someone that likes to dedicate a lot of time to it, or you don't have a lot of time, it's perfect. So what was Patrick this morning was 60-second plank.
In the Arvo?
Hey?
Did you do Steph in the Arvo?
It was a 60-second plank followed by push-ups, jumping jacks, high knees, some more jumping jacks, 20 mountain climbers, and then some burpees to finish off. They killed me. I hate burpees.
Mountain climbers and burpees are hard, eh?
Oh, I hate burpees.
Yeah, burpees are that gross.
I tell you what, I did this burpee challenge the other day. It was like you count down from 21. So you do 21 burpees, 20 burpees, 19 burpees, 18 burpees, all the way down to 0, and it just kills me.
How about one of my mates, Tyke Murphy, if you're listening? He put in the chat, it's like 1,000 rep challenge.
I saw that on his Instagram.
Got to do like 100 push-ups, 100 burpees. I reckon I did 20 push-ups. I was like, mate, there's no fucking way I'm doing this.
100 burpees pushing you
gave
up
us
a little bit.
Yeah, mate, no way.
Did you do that challenge, Dewey? 21, 2019? It's like 500, isn't it?
Sorry?
How many is that? 20, 40?
Are we going to try? That's a lot. No, I did it a few years ago for footy. I used to do it every couple of weeks, and I haven't done it since then. And then I just remembered it, and I sort of got mad at myself for remembering it because I remembered how tough it was. But it was good. It takes like at least 30, 40 minutes.
Oh, was this in school?
Yeah, back at school.
Speaking of school, this is when I first got injured, did my foot out for the season. Drewy walks into the classroom and hands me 2 photographs. Look at that. How cute's that? It's me and Drewy. Brain, it still hangs up in my room. It's a beautiful little gesture.
Do you want to sort of talk? So with the quarantine files, guys, we're going to sort of go in depth with what we spoke about in our trailer, and that's sort of our own experiences. So Paddy, you were going to start us off today.
Yeah, so when we first did the trailer, I mainly spoke about when it kind of all started in America late last year. 2 years ago, like end of 2019, when it was when my anxiety hit really bad. And I was just kind of thinking the other day, like I didn't go into more depth with anything that happened before that. And I remember it was in 2017. So I finished school in 2016. And I'd come out of school and I was doing an electrician apprenticeship. And I was working, and then I was coming back from that injury. So I'd had a year out of rugby, and I was coming back from that injury. And I remember I was working 5 days a week. All my mates were at the airport. You would have been there, Drewy. And, you all had a lot of spare time and, just out of school, like really enjoying yourselves. And I just felt like I was waking up at 6 every morning, coming home at 4, training 3 hours in the Arvo, doing my rehab, then doing rehab Saturday, or eventually ended up playing. And I just really felt like I was just stuck in this cycle. And that forced me to not enjoy work, which then I really wasn't enjoying rugby at the time, which you guys know I used to love. Still do love it. And I was coming back and I was still in the team I wanted to be in. I was playing the top team, but I wasn't happy with how I was playing. Like I knew I wasn't playing how I wanted to play or to my full potential. So like I was just really in a bad spot. Like I just felt like I was stuck in work, training, and I wasn't enjoying either of them. So like eventually I just like, fuck it. I'll stop doing this apprenticeship. I stopped doing this apprenticeship. It was coming towards the end of the season. I just kept it out. Like I just battled it out to the end of the season. And then at the end of that, I left. I ended up going to the airport and working with you boys. I just felt like there was just like this weight just lifted off me. Like I got out of the job. Footy season was over. I could just recoup and think about everything. And it was just so much better that I took myself out of that situation. And I was actually speaking with Headspace before, and I've got like a careers advisor, and she was saying like it takes a bit of courage to get yourself out of that position. Like it's easy to stay stuck in a job or in a situation that you're in. So if just like any advice, like if you're really not happy, don't just stay in it because you think, oh, what if people think, fuck, what an idiot, why would he leave that job? Or like, oh, in 2 years' time, it could be good for me. If you're not enjoying it in the moment, from my experience, when I got out of there, was the best thing I ever did, to be honest.
Were you obviously you were conscious? How much was it affecting you? Like like you said, you knew you weren't playing
Like
the best footy. Like how would you think about it nonstop every day?
24/7. Like my favorite time of the day during there was the 10 minutes I'd have before I'd fall asleep, because I could just lay there and just be like tired. And like when I'm tired, like everything just kind of goes away and I'll just lay there for 10 minutes. It sounds bad. I used to set my alarm right during the night. So I'd wake up at 6 for work, say. I used to set my alarm for 1 a.m., 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. So I'd wake up and for a split second be like, fuck, I've got to go to work, and then realize it wasn't time for work, and I'd be so relieved and I'd fall back asleep. Like that, I used to set 3 alarms during the night just to feel that like satisfaction of going back to sleep, because that was my favorite time of the day, because I just really wasn't enjoying it.
Yeah. I kind of do that. I kind of do that as well. I always put an alarm on like an hour before. So say if I got to, say like I got to be, I've got to get up at 8. Like I'll put an alarm on for 7. Just
And
like I wake up.
And then you go back to bed?
Yeah. So I put alarm on at 7, wake up, go back to bed, and then at 8 I'll get up.
You feel refreshed? Like why do you do that? Like just to like feel what Pat
you know
feels,
the first time you wake up, like you feel heaps groggy.
Yeah.
So I'd like kind of get that out of the way, and then as soon as I wake up the second time, it's like, right, I've got to get up now.
Wow. Okay.
What's going on with Paddy? He's frozen.
Technical difficulties. He'll be back. But yeah. Wow. So you just keep like. I'm sort of the person that like, once I'm up. Hey, so I couldn't do that. I don't think.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I do as well. I do like so say we wake up at 7:30. I'll do one for 7, 7:15, 7:16, like 7:17, 7:18, 7:19, 7, because I just fucking sleep through it. I'm so bad at sleeping through my alarm.
So I just came back in. My computer cut out and shut off.
Yeah, we saw you just froze, mate.
Yeah. So keep going.
Yeah, go on.
No, that's where I left off. Just like that's what it got to the point where I just set my alarm during the night so I could wake up and go back to bed. And then I'd just work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'd play Saturday, which I didn't enjoy.
Yeah.
And then I'd just throttle myself Saturday night.
Yeah.
Wake up Sunday feeling like shit because I got work tomorrow, and do that for the week. And then I get to Saturday night and I just fucking throttle myself again, because that's the only thing I enjoy doing at the time.
Yeah, it doesn't sound too good.
Heavy stuff.
So like to just remove myself from the things that I wasn't enjoying was so helpful. Like I can't.
How hard was it doing that part?
Like,
Because obviously, like your mates were playing footy, and your mates were at the airport as well. Do you reckon they'd like kind of judge you if you kind of pulled away? Like, was that coming through your head? Like,
for sure, 100%. What going through my head was like, oh, I've done this apprenticeship for 8 months. Well, you're just going to bail because you don't enjoy it. Like, I'm scared that people are going to think that. Like, people are going to. Like, my parents weren't bad at all, but they're like, well, what career are you going to do if you don't do this? And I'll be like, well, I don't know yet. You know what I mean? And and they weren't heavy on me at all, but they were just like, well, you got to think, what do you want to do? And I was like, I don't know, but this isn't it. Like, this really isn't it. And they're like, well, maybe wait it out and do this until you know what you want to do. But they just didn't realize the severity of, like, I just want to get out of here, like, as soon as I can.
Yeah. Well, you needed a break.
And the thing that would kill me so much was, like, I don't know why I wasn't enjoying rugby. You know what I mean? Like, I'd come back from an injury. I probably did push it back a little bit early, my return. And, like, I just wasn't enjoying it like I used to at all. And that was confusing because, like, the last time I played was when we all played together in school, and it was like the best year ever.
Yeah.
So it was just such a confusing time. I was like, why is this happening? Like, this isn't meant to happen.
Do you remember
like
thinking,
I said, I got myself out of the situation.
When you made those changes, do you remember feeling better straight away, or did it take a bit of time?
Yeah.
Like, was it an immediate impact?
Oh, it was pretty immediate, Like, once I kind of got, obviously not immediate to the fact of, like, oh my God, I'm so happy. But, like, just this burden of when the footy season ended and when I started my new job, I just felt so, I remember there was a time where I'd taken 3 sick days at my old job to go through Blue Collar, the recruitment company for the airport's interviews. And it got to the second day and I went shopping with my mum to get, like, nice pants for the second interview or some bullshit like that. And I was so set on getting this baggage job to work with all you guys because I was convinced in my mind that was the only thing that would make me happy. I don't know why. And I just I pulled back home with mum and she goes, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing. And she goes, what's wrong? And I'm like, nothing. She goes, you know, if you don't get this job, it's fine. I remember I just broke down. I was like, I feel like this is the only thing that will help me. And, like, for some reason, I was so set on just working because I just thought that would help me being with my mates. And that was the first time she kind of was like, holy fuck, I didn't realize that this was really affecting you that much.
Yeah.
And then I just felt I didn't have to take any more. I never went and spoke to someone about it because just as simple as moving jobs and having a bit more time to myself just improved me straight away.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just felt like, I was just thinking the other day, I don't know why I didn't share that at all when we first did our episode 0.
Awesome. Yeah, everyone's brains just, it's a funny thing, like,
it's crazy.
Just like what it makes you remember and then what it, like, sort of doesn't bring to you. I mean, for me, like, that's the biggest thing with this quarantine is me being, like, in a house, like the thoughts and, like, the way your brain sort of works drastic, like, it must change. It has to change because, like, if you've got daily routine, right, you're constantly sort of going and you're stimulating, right? But if you're in your house, like, you're just thinking about whatever, yeah? And, like, if your thoughts are, like, not where you want them to be and you can't get on control of that, that's pretty dangerous.
100%. It's sometimes, like you said the other day, Drew, in our season 1 wrap-up, you were like, this has helped us so much because sometimes you just stop and you think, you know what, this is anxiety, you know what it is.
Yeah.
And that helps. And ever since you said that, I've been doing that. I feel anxious. I think, you know what, this is just anxiety. Like, it's going to go. And it helps so much. But sometimes your brain, you just you think it's more powerful than you, kind of thing.
So,
funny news story.
Yeah, if you boys have got any, I found one. The Japanese businessman, Japanese TV, they've wanted to boost some ratings. You know, everyone's at home. Japanese businessman is playing Bachelor. And he's looking for a girlfriend. And he's about 50 years of age. And I think...
my fucking dog's gone nuts.
Got a walkout. Must have pushed his buttons.
Yeah, and and I've got it here. It's so funny. Hey, look at this. So on the show, they the questions that the girls are asked is, if you rode in a private jet, where would you go?
Yeah.
So obviously he's got a lavish lifestyle. And
wait, does he ask the girls this or the girls ask him this?
He asked the girls this. And then another one is, if he farted in front of you, what would you say? And he promises that they're going to the moon.
That's what he promises the girls.
That's where they're going. I think it's the honeymoon. They're going to the moon. So, yeah.
Oh my God. I've got it's not really a news article, but it made me laugh. It's a Batuta Advocate news article. You know those fake articles? You know Batuta Advocate, the fake articles?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. I'll get it up for them. Oh, man, I couldn't stop laughing when I saw it. So they do these fake news articles. You should follow them on Facebook. They crack up. And it said,
The dog all good? Just by the way, while we're waiting.
Mate, it's gone ballistic.
why?
I think I had a stroke last night, eh?
Jesus.
That's good.
He's that old. He's about 15. Old fuckos.
You said his name, fuck us.
Yeah.
Here it is, Batuta Advocate. Virgin Australia set to change their name after being fucked by the coronavirus. It's my news article.
Oh. Yeah, how's that? Are they gone or?
Yeah, they're under, I think.
Well, Virgin.
They're under.
So,
Are they?
yeah, I saw Richard.
Yeah, they're done.
Richard Branson bloke said something like, "Oh, like all governments around the world have like helped other airlines," and like sort of said it's sad the Australian government haven't done anything. I don't know what more the government could have done with all this, to be honest.
I think the government pumped Qantas bucks. They're an international carrier. I think they pumped money into Qantas.
I just hate people like online just like so negative about everything and
the government. Right, if I was running for governmentship, you don't sign up for this no matter what. You don't sign up for it. If I was going for the governmentship, what's it called? If I was going to be government, I wouldn't be expecting to have an international.
That's still not it, is it?
Oh, well, you tell me what it is.
The Prime Minister.
Oh, yeah. Government.
The government.
Yeah, Prime Minister, sorry. If I was running for Prime Minister, you wouldn't be expecting to have to deal with this.
No way.
And he had the fires.
Yeah, you got roasted for them as well.
Yeah, because he took a trip to Hawaii.
That was probably
Hawaii. I probably would have done the same thing.
Hawaii.
All right, so I think that'll.
You think about if you booked a trip. Next thing you know, you're getting pulled back.
He didn't book it. He didn't book anything. Like you don't.
He's probably booked it a year. He probably booked it a year in advance.
No, the Prime Minister turns up to the airport and goes, "You fly me to here," and they get on the plane and go.
No way.
They call the shot.
He's booked it.
I don't think he's on Lonely Planet looking at the top 100 destinations.
He's on TripAdvisor. TripAdvisor, years of booking, right? Family holiday, and the next thing you know, there's fires. Everyone else does it. Why can't he?
What about everyone that's booked Europe this year? You did, Drewy? You booked a bit, didn't you?
It's done, man. Getting a refund from Qatar, which is good.
Really? That's pretty good.
I hope the I think I lost $200, so I'm getting $2,000 back, which is nice. But with Airbnb, I was actually talking about this last night with someone that Airbnb, I think it's going to come down to the hosts.
Yeah.
So hopefully everyone because we seriously we can't travel. Like it's not like we don't want to go anymore.
Yeah.
Like, we can't travel. So
surely Airbnb implements a rule you got to refund them.
You know, but I don't know.
What about?
It's not like they're losing money because they can't get it from anyone else anyway. You know, it's not like they can be like, oh, but someone else could have booked. Well, no one could have booked.
What about people in year 12?
Yeah.
What's gonna happen there?
Like imagine, like your first 15 or something. Like imagine
that's
that
hardcore.
year.
Well, I think the unis said they'd come on board with like ATARs and stuff. So, but yeah.
What does that mean?
Like I think the unis were going to look at sort of. It's not going to be strict next year. Like obviously there's going to be marks, but they might drop a few marks for some courses because obviously kids.
Mate, I'd love that.
Out.
You could have made that law degree if they dropped it a few, wouldn't you?
I know. I only missed out by a couple marks.
Yeah, that's harsh.
Rough as.
Yeah.
Huh?
All right, so I think that'll wrap us up, boys, for Quarantine Files Edition 1. But
Number 1.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and we'll be back. We'll release this the next week, so the week of the 30th, and then we'll have another one the week after. So yeah, enjoy.
Beauty. See you on a bit of Fortnite later.
Same bit of Fort.